Hello and welcome. I'm Losthalia and I'm here to pull back the curtain on Asrahan, the Moo Raid pre-raid. Asrahan can be done solo or in a party, assuming your party members manage to find the room. Before you can enter the dungeon, you'll need to select a sacred beast to help you out. The top one always corresponds to the final boss and is consequently always a good pick. Each week the final boss will change and will be the final boss for all of your runs that week. However, the other bosses are assigned buffs to guard at random on a per run basis. The 4 buffs are Coins, Book, Fist, and Unlock. Coins give you extra life tokens, Book gives extra experience points to the Sacred Beast, Fist increases your party's damage, Unlock allows you to fight the final boss. You must do Unlock and the final boss to clear Asrahan. I'd recommend Fist and Book to make the run smoother. Get coins if you need the extra tokens. Defeating bosses, as well as the book buff, help level up your Sacred Beast. The bonuses the beast grants your party increase with its level. First boss on the hit list is Burning Semiani. Avoid red circles and watch out for the igniting trails on the ground. For burning curtains, hide behind a pillar. The faint wind effect indicates which side of the pillar will be safe. The flame is carried with the wind. For Searing Roar, get out of the ring and hug the pillars. Taking damage fills the flame gauge. When full, the player is shackled. Free a shackled player by standing on them before Semiani can pounce. For Superheat Hell, Semiani will pounce to a player, indicated by the red circle. Lead him to pounce on the platforms to reveal red crystals. Walk over a crystal to pick it up, and X-string Semiani to use it to reduce his Superheat Hell counter. A platform can only yield a red crystal once. With the boss defeated, make sure a party member grabs the tab skill. Up next in this curtained cabaret is Unfortunate Fours. Avoid getting hit. Getting hit 6 times results in random extra damage. For Illusory Boundary, look away from the eyes. You take damage if you look, and you spawn a Crying Eye that also does damage. Watch Force's shadows for the ice ring and avoid red zones. Force creates black slashes that turn blue and explode on contact. You can move through them, but watch for your party members. Force targets a party member with Eyes of Ice. Take the eyes to a corner and move out of the ice lines. Force's 2 most important patterns involve him making up some rules with numbers. When Force wants to count to 3, go to the left door. He will spawn an illusory eye, X-string the eye to open a spotlight with a number. There must be exactly that many party members in the spotlight. Use party order to determine who goes in. Succeed 3 times to pass. When Force wants to count to 5, go to the right door. Force will target someone with a circle of darkness, drop the circle in a corner, and X-string the blue die to create a safe zone. While in the safe zone, you can walk over the 5 numbered circles on the floor to reveal their number. Do this 3 times, and then walk over the numbered circles on the floor, in order from least to greatest. Defeat Fours and grab his Ice Aspected tab skill. The next boss is Shining Diane. And move. Diane's main mechanic is jumping up and into the clouds. Some patterns and the red marked beasts let you jump off screen to where a bunch of clouds are floating. The white ones give you buffs and the gray ones knock you back down. Avoid her beast swarms and the red circles. Lots of red circles. For Grow Big, catch the blue balls as they bounce around and run them into Diane. Decrease her counter to 0 to pass. Diane becomes vulnerable after you pass this pattern. Impossible to see is more red circles with player-targeted AoEs. Diane will wrap the party in blue bubbles. To remove them, simply jump up and land in a buff cloud. For Let's See, you need to bounce on Diane's head until the counter reaches 0. Use the wings to reset your jump count, and hide in clouds to dodge her lightning attack. Knock her to the ground for another damage phase. Diane begins Watch Your Step with 2 balls bouncing around. When the meter fills, jump to avoid the shockwaves. If Diane jumps up, jump up after her, and stomp her back down. For Super Giant combined, just wail on Diane while staying outside of the red circle. If she's a side boss, grab her tab skill when you defeat her. The next boss is Brim of the Wrathful Mist. This fight is breathtaking. Literally. Stand on the gray circles to create gray orbs that refill your breath gauge. If anyone's breath gauge runs out, the whole party dies. Brim can create wind axes that you need to move to, wind spears, which you need to move away from, and wind bows, which become tornadoes that you need to dodge around. The tornadoes move in the direction the bow is facing. For Suffocating Wall, dodge the tornadoes. Use the mist path to cross sides and keep your breath up. The red will indicate which half of the room explodes. For Endlessly Penetrating, your party needs to hit Brim with the orange lances until his counter reaches 0. Walk over an orange lance to have it follow you with a double ring circle. When the expansion from the center hits the first ring, the lance will stop following you. When it hits the second ring, the lance will attack the indicated area. Move out of the lance's attack, as it will also deal significant damage to your breath gauge. Don't forget to grab Brim's Wind Aspected tab skill if he's a side boss. The last boss of Asrahan is Cladis Behind the Curtains. Cladis' fight revolves around maintaining your life gauge. Standing in the dark areas and taking damage deplete your life gauge. When Cladis casts Life Death Trigger, your life gauge will increase by 1 if you are in a light area, but it will decrease by 1 if you are in a dark area. For Piling Deaths, stand on the bubbles until they disappear. Remove bubbles until the counter hits 0. Standing on a bubble will deplete your life gauge. Cladis will reverse the dark and light areas. During this, one party member will be marked with a dark blue teardrop. That player can no longer remove bubbles, but they act as a permanent light area. If your life gauge hits 0, you die. Take advantage of Cladis' frequent casts of Life Death Trigger during Piling Deaths to keep your life gauge high. Here we failed to pass Piling Deaths, but we avoided the room-wide attack with Dollhouse. Cladis has a few attack patterns to try and mix you up, but ultimately the whole fight revolves around the life gauge. Succeed Piling Deaths to get a much-needed damage phase. After giving Cladis his deserved curtain call, don't forget to grab his tab skill if he's a side boss. Thanks for watching, hope this guide helps. Once again, I'm Losthalia, Explorer Club Box Knight, and this has been the Asrahan Pre-Raid Lowest Percent Guide. Until next time.